So what EAC should do with regard to GMOs, all partner states are looking forward to EAC to spearhead the undertaking of independent studies, harmonization of policies and laws, and promotion of intra-EAC trade. It is the responsibility of East African community to ensure that partner states work together on this matter.
Consumption of genetically modified agricultural products is said to pose a serious risk to health, economy, environment, and culture. The fear is triggering members of the Regional Assembly to push for unified regulations on activity concerning biotechnology across the region. In a report by the Committee of Agriculture, Tourism and Natural Resources, partner states had not unified laws regulating the usage of genetically modified organisms, thus leaving the biotech companies unregulated.
It requires laws and it requires implementation to the latter of what have been scientifically studied and make sure that it will not have counter effect.
The alternation of crops and animal genes was said to be creating farmers' dependency syndrome to biotech companies that would in a long run witness an agricultural catastrophe with indigenous seeds in a gardens extinct.
So the problem is that most of the farmers will be dependent on the companies, because when you alter the genetic characteristic of any species, they can't reproduce. So companies which are producing the GMOs are the ones which are providing the research.
The products which come out of that have health risks. You can see the rampant growing of diseases when you take these GMOs.
So far, over 17 confined field experiments of genetically modified crops are believed to have been approved since 2017. Crops like cassava, maize, and sweet bananas are among some of the successful experiments genetically reshaped and are in the market of the East African Community Partner States.
But of course, for some countries like Rwanda, looking at the space of our country, which is about 26,000 square kilometers, with a population of over 13 million, in order to be able to deal with issues of production, food sufficiency, and also addressing the issue of the yields.
You find that the GMOs are not actually a silver bullet. They're not a solution. Go to South Sudan, for instance, where I come from. South Sudan right now has only 4% of its land under crop protection. 96% of its land is not being used.
Yes.
So the vast majority of the land is actually uncultivated. South Sudan, as we speak, does not need GMOs.
Although South Sudan remains unopen to GMO seeds, the country remains depending on imported food from the region. That still opens a wider possibility of citizens consuming unlabeled GMO products due to limited surveillance on food allowed into the country from the neighboring countries.